Good morning and welcome to today's local news. Recently, scientists at the UN Convention on Biological Diversity concluded that, every day, up to 150 species are lost. That could be as much as 10% a decade. Our team interviewed some students asking them if they know what is biodiversity.
Do you know what is biodiversity?
No.
No.
Let's take a further look at the matter. Biodiversity refers to the variety of life on Earth, which is explored in three levels: genetic diversity, species diversity, and ecosystem diversity. These levels work together to create the complexity of life on Earth. Biodiversity is important as it provides functioning ecosystems that supply oxygen, clean air and water, pollination of plants, and many ecosystem services. Biodiversity is needed for humans to obtain food, fuel, shelter, and medicine. Simply put, without biodiversity, there would be no population of humans. However, over the course of our planet's long history, we have already suffered 5 mass extinctions. If another begins, which some scientists already suggest it has, then it would be different from all the other 5, as this time, the cause of it would be humans. It is estimated that half of all the species on the planet could go extinct by 2050, including sea turtles, polar bears, tigers, bees, and more. If we want to protect all the animals we love, the ecosystems we need, and the plants which provide life, we must do something now. Firstly, we can reduce the waste production by recycling or setting up a compost pile for organic waste. Waste contributes significantly to the production of greenhouse gases as well as polluting the atmosphere, water and soil, thus impacting on biodiversity and the health and ecosystems on which we depend. Next, we should choose more sustainable options of food. The following foods we should avoid for biodiversity: rice, wheat, and maize. There are around 3.5 billion people in the world who eat rice. However, rice, wheat and maize take up 40% of the world's cropland. We can try varying the grain we eat, from buckwheat to millet. There are plenty of options. Soya. Although soya is nutritious and healthy, it is associated with deforestation and is being farmed in a vast monoculture. Red meats. Beef is the #1 driver of deforestation in Latin America. The intense farming pollutes rivers, lakes, and groundwaters. We can eat other type of meats instead. Meats like chicken, fish, pork, etc. are so much better for the environment as they produce less greenhouse gases. As red meats harm the biodiversity in many ways, our team has interviewed some students in Macau Anglican College regarding how many days a week do they consume red meat.
How many days a week do you consume red meat?
Every day. Every day.
Typically, I consume red meat maybe once a day or once every 2 days.
7 days.
Every day.
Palm oil. Borneo has lost almost 40% of its forest to palm oil in the last 10 years, resulting in a widely reported devastating loss of habitat to the orangutan. Coconut oil and babassu oil is a better alternative, and we should replace it with palm oil. Dairy. Dairy milk and cheese have large impacts on biodiversity because of the land use, manure, chemicals, and water use. However, many of these issues are overcome if the animals are fed on pasture. We can help the biodiversity by drinking oat milk or other types of milk instead of dairy milk. Coffee and cocoa. Coffee and cocoa are associated with deforestation, biodiversity loss, land degradation, and the loss of ecosystem services. We should avoid drinking coffee and drink teas instead, as they have similar uses. Now, how does veganism help the environment? Changes in land use are responsible for 52% of all biodiversity loss in North America. An Oxford study has shown that eating a vegan diet could be the single biggest way to reduce your environmental impact on Earth, as cattle, sheep and other livestock have the biggest impact on the environment. Let's see what people think about going vegan.
Have you ever thought about going vegan?
Yes.
Why?
I believe that all the animals are dying And I feel like going vegan would save them.
Yes, because I want to be healthier and at the same time, we can gain more muscles.
Lastly, make sure you inform people around you about biodiversity and what you can do to help. That's all for today. Watch again next time. Have a good day.